Alright, welcome race fans once again back to MaxSpeedTV. We have a Upstate Racing League special event here tonight. We are running the Touring Modifieds here in New Hampshire. This should be a fantastic race. 32 drivers on the list to make it. Before we get to all of that great stuff, we do want to go over all the sponsors here. We do have some sponsors that we'll get to a little bit later here. We do have some sponsors just for heat races and the B-Main and the feature race. So a lot of sponsors on board. But to start with MaxSpeedTV, we want to go over all the sponsors, of course. Walls Beard Co. Make sure you check these guys out at wallsbeardco.com for all your beard products. They have some great organic products. So again, make sure you check them out at wallsbeardco.com. SimSpeedShop.com. Not only are they here for MaxSpeedTV, they are also on board for the general on-board sponsor here for this league as well. So a double duty here for Sim Speed Shop tonight. So make sure you check them out as well. HomeNet Hosting and PC Repair. Definitely a great company to hook up with if you need a website to be hosted. Make sure you check them out. Let them know you heard about it on MaxSpeedTV. You get 1 month free, and also they will waive your fees for getting started. Elite 7 Racing. They are the official dirt team of MaxSpeedTV. So make sure you check these guys out at elite7racing.com. Ohio IndyCar League. If you're looking to get some IndyCar racing underway, make sure you check them out. They are no longer just to the Ohio Club League, so make sure you check them at facebook.com/Ohio IndyCar League. And coming on recently is iBog, iRacing Broadcast Overlays, your sim race broadcast graphics source. Check them out at ibog.co. That will do it here for the sponsors on the MaxSpeedTV side of things. The title sponsor for this series is White Knuckle Clothing Company. A big thing, White Knuckle Clothing Company is not just another t-shirt, hoodie, or hat company. We are the clothing company of motorheads and motorsports fans. Check them out at whiteknuckleclothinginc.com. So make sure you check those guys out for some great products, as well as Coach's Corner. They are newly open in South Glens Falls. Coach's Corner is locally owned and operated by Coach C himself. They are open 7 days a week from 7 to 2 p.m. It says open late on Thursdays to 8 p.m. So stop by, because their little slogan is, there's no place like home. So again, make sure you check these guys out. They definitely have some great stuff in there. Just take a peek in there if you are in that area. On board as well here is Lightning Strikes Pro Shop. That is in Rochester, New York. They are the premier bowling shop. Says whether you're just a casual bowler or a pro bowler, this is the one-stop shop for everyone. Located at 1570 Jefferson Road. Give them a like on their Facebook as well. That is facebook.com/PG/Lightning XS. So make sure you check those guys out as well. A lot of great sponsors here on board. We still have a few more to get to, though. You do not want to forget the last one here, Core Life Eatery. Core Life Eatery is a place to eat for active lifestyle. So Core Life, definitely for those active people out there that get out and want to be active and keep that life going. You want to be there for that, so make sure you keep it going with Core Life Eatery. You can expect fresh foods prepared daily. So definitely check those out. Here we'll definitely be talking about these sponsors throughout the night. We do have certain sponsors for each heat race, as we were talking about earlier. So again, make sure you do check all of the sponsors out. Go to their Facebook pages, their websites, and make sure you give them a shout out. We're here in practice for another 21 minutes. There's no point standings on the line here tonight. So again, this is just for the win. Trying out the new heat format. So this is going to be a good race. Again, 32 drivers signed up. We currently have 15 that have put in laps here. We'll see right now. Your fastest driver is right there, so we'll zoom in to him and put up your driver bar. That is the 24 of Sean Cool, and he is running cool right now, putting in a 30.226. What a good time for him. We'll see. And also, what a nice looking paint job. You don't see too many pink cars out there that look good, but that pink and black and white looks pretty awesome on that car. Sitting second fastest right now is the number 5 right there of James Curl. Another awesome looking ride here tonight. So a lot of good drivers here, so we'll have to keep an eye on all of these throughout tonight. But again, we're here in practice, so we're going to see if we can't get Al Smith in here real fast. He's on the track at the moment. There he is right there, but we're going to see if we can't get him in here and get a quick word in with him. He is the one putting all of this on. So give us just one moment, and we're going to see if we can't possibly get him in here and get a quick word in with him. All right, we are back here, ladies and gentlemen. Again, about 19 minutes left to go. We do have the man putting all of this on here. That is Al Smith in the 96. So first off, for the fans out there watching, I believe you're saying this is a new series. I could be wrong, but just give us a little insight as to what inspired this series here.
For the most part, the Upstate Racing League we're a bunch of Northerners, so we're up here where the tour modifieds are run pretty heavily up in New England area, Thompson and New Hampshire and whatnot. So we thought it would be fun to take in, just have a one-off kind of event, and the participation level has been quite big. It's I was really surprised. We had around 32, 34 sign-ups on the for tonight's race, and I think we got about 20, 21 in here so far for practice. So it's kind of surprised me, and it could be something that we look at down the road.
Yeah, definitely a huge turnout if all 32 people show up. But regardless, even if there's 20 in here now, if all 20 here, that's still a pretty good sized field, especially for this particular car. We've looked in iRacing, and from the past, I was doing a little research, and they're not the most popular, but they're still pretty popular. There are people out there that want to drive these, and they are very fun. I took them out for a little bit this morning, and they're not that hard to drive. They do have a little bit of fight in them, but overall, they're really fun to drive. So definitely cool to see somebody hosting a race with them. And as far as your shots here, how good do you think you are of pulling away the win here tonight?
I think it's going to be quite difficult, honestly. We got a lot of fast guys in here from all different disciplines, from our URL Dirt Series that just wrapped up from the sprint car side, and all the way to our Pro Late Model Series, which runs every fall. So a lot of different disciplines in a car that I don't think too many of us have a lot of seat time in. So in practice so far, the draft is helping, and it looks like you can maybe pull out and make make some bonsai passes and try to make it stick. But I think you're going to see a lot of crossovers and a lot of moves like that, and a lot of lead changes up front, because these cars make a pretty good wake to allow you to pull up and pass somebody.
Definitely do. But again, you're running this show, so we don't want to keep you in here too long. We want to make sure you have time to go over any things you need to. But we do want to bring up one thing here. We were checking out your website, And for any fans out there or drivers that are looking, we saw you do have T-shirts for sale, $20 shipped. So, you know, might let us know what sizes you have available right now, or you know, stuff like that. Just kind of inform anyone out there looking to maybe get a T-shirt.
Yeah, right now our first order is winding down. I think we have maybe one large size shirt left, but we have I think 10 or 11 extra larges available. $20 shipped to your house. All the money goes right back to the league to helps allow us to have these fun races and broadcasts, and 100% of the money that comes into the league goes right back into the league or out to the league. So it's you know, you're helping your fellow racers if you want a shirt, or helping yourself and keeping us on the track. And appreciate if you guys are interested. Check it out at upstateracingleague.com. Right there on the left-hand side, you'll see it in a nice orange and bright banner, and click on that and get yourself a T-shirt. And I hope everybody enjoys the show here tonight.
Yeah, definitely going to be a good show. I'm looking forward to it. Just went through all the sponsors here, but we'll let you go. But any shout-outs real fast you want to give before we let you get back up to the pits, and we go over some last-minute stuff. So we got about 14 minutes to go.
Yeah, I just got to thank White Knuckle Clothing for allowing us to do the show here tonight, as they put up the money for the winner and second place in the feature event. I got to thank Weller's Napa Auto Parts for coming on board the Destroyer missile right now. We're sitting, I think, inside the top 5 in practice, so hopefully we get there good. And we got the Sim Speed Shop power plant underneath it, so hopefully we get to the front here, and we'll stay there all night.
Yeah, definitely going to be a good race. But again, that will do it here. We are going to step away for about 30 seconds or so. We will be back here in just a moment to go over all the last minute stuff before we get this thing started. So again, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in just a moment. Alright, we are back here. 12 minutes left on the time clock up there for practice before we get this started. Again, we have right now 20 drivers in here. As it stands, it looks like we will have 2 heat races, I do believe. So this could get very interesting, and normally it would be up to 4 heat races of 10 drivers. So this would be an even split, 10 and 10. So 2 heat races, and then we would move on to the B main, followed by your feature race here tonight. So looking here, they will have a warm-up as well. So about 4 to 5 minutes to warm up. You know, it's typically on dirt you see this, but asphalt does run heat races too. So that little warm-up gives these guys a chance to go out there and just get a little bit more practice in before we get to the race. With that being said, if you are in a chat with us here tonight, Definitely, if you are new here tonight, hit that subscribe button. You'll get notified of all the racing that we cover here on MaxSpeedTV, as well as hit that thumbs up and give it a like if you like the racing that you will see tonight. And if you like this particular league or MaxSpeedTV, whatever it may be, just hit that thumbs up and give it a like. I know we definitely appreciate it. Let the sponsors know you appreciate all they do for coming out here tonight and watching this race and them sponsoring it. Again, if it wasn't for the sponsors, a lot of these leagues wouldn't be able to get this broadcast going. So a big shout out to the sponsors that keep us here and you here watching. So again, make sure you give a big shout out to them. One more time, you want to go through all the sponsors that put it together on MaxSpeedTV side. We do have Walls Beard Co., Sim Speed Shop, HomeNet Hosting and PC Repair, Elite 7 Racing, Ohio IndyCar League, and iBog on the MaxSpeedTV side of things. And the people footing the bill for this broadcast and for this league, the big ones that you definitely want to give a shout out to, that is White Knuckle Clothing Incorporated, Coach's Corner, Lightning Strikes Pro Shop, and of course Core Life Eatery. All these guys coming on board here to make this possible. 9.5 minutes to go, and we'll see if you have a favorite driver you'd like us to interview. Go out there and grab them. We'll see if we can't get a quick interview with them. Just for a minute here, we're going to go on board with these drivers to let you see what it's like to be behind the wheel of one of these cars. So again, we're going to go here to our roll bar camera as we go on board with the simspeedshop.com onboard camera. You're riding along with AJ Hamill here in the number 18 car. So again, you're running on board with these drivers just for a minute. We'll step away here and be right back in just a few moments. Alright, we're back here doing some name clarification here. Again, we're just running on board with these guys just for a little bit here, doing some tire change, it looks like. And we're going to go, we'll switch over here to Sean Cools. He's coming down pit road. So we're going to switch over to Charles Hayes. Again, this is what it looks like kind of to be behind the wheel of one of these cars. It is definitely a different view than you get from most. You don't have a big part of the engine in front of you most of the time, but you do hear as he hits the wall hard there, but keeps it going. Again, you're running on board the Sim Speed Shop onboard camera here tonight with 6.5 minutes to go in practice. Again, this is a little bit longer practice than we normally cover, but we are here because it is a special event running along with the 13 of Fortin here. He is just found out from France there, has a French name, so we're going to do our best to pronounce that. Good to see all people from all over the world coming in here to race, as he's definitely going to be good. He is 6th fastest right now in the 6th position, that number 13 machine. So we'll just have to do our best to get his name. We do apologize in advance. James Curl still at the top right now with a fast time of 30.215 as we are going to go off board real fast here. Don't see AJ or Al Smith out there. Sorry, AJ. He is not on the track right now. He is running the Lightning Wings car, so we're going to go off board with those guys real fast. Switch to our other camera. But Al Smith going to be running the Lightning Strikes Pro Shop onboard camera, so he has a different camera than the rest of these guys. That is sponsored by Lightning Strikes Pro Shop. Again, 5.5 minutes left to go in this race. Thanks to everybody for tuning in here tonight. Again, let us know if you have a driver that you're rooting for that you would like us to quickly interview, as we can try to squeeze it in here before qualifying here in the next 5 minutes. But next up will be your national anthem, followed by qualifying here in about 5 minutes. Alright, again, qualifying is coming up next for anyone just tuning in with us. Qualifying will be coming up following your national anthem here in about 4.5 minutes. This is heat racing style, so tonight's events, if we have enough cars, there are quite a few in here already. Take a look. There is currently 25 drivers in here. So that would be 3 heat races. So the way this is going to go, we will have practice followed by heat race 1, 2, and 3. And then we will have a B main with a little bit of warm-up following that. And then we'll go to your 25-lap feature event here tonight. Again, for anyone that's not familiar with iRacing heat racing format here, in the heats, there is no cautions. I don't believe there's cautions in the B main either. And these guys are only going to get about 10 laps, 8 laps, somewhere in there. It just depends on what this is. This is the 40 car lobby, so I believe they run about 8 laps, 8 or 10 laps. I will find that out here in a minute. But again, they do not have a lot of time to get it going. They've got to get to the front, and they are racing some very good cars. These cars handle very well here, and they're at New Hampshire Motor Speedway right now. So it's just a really matter of time before we find out who's going to be in the victory lane. We will not be here very long at all in the grand scheme of things, as you see some cars spinning out there. Again, grand scheme of things, we won't be here long at all. This will not take long to complete. 3 heat races, a B main, a warm-up with some qualifying, and then your feature race. We will get it done very quickly, and it's going to be very fast-paced here. So it's just the way this race is. It's fast-paced, and there's no cautions, so you have to be on your A game and hope that everybody else is around you, as we have about 2.5 minutes. James Curl still has the fastest time with a 30.215. He has Sean Cool right behind him, currently coming back out onto the track. He has a 30.226.011 behind him. So that is going to be a battle of the ages if those guys can battle it out here in the feature race. Alex Orion's right now sitting in third with a 30.233.018 behind first place, and 007 behind second. But that'll do it here for practice. We're going to step away, get to the national anthem, and we'll be right back after your national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, just back in the nick of time. That will do it for practice. Next is qualifying, as they are getting ready to come out onto the track. Just waiting to get the green light here, and there it is. Qualifying is underway here. We'll see which of the first drivers is going to come out, and it looks like as we're going to zoom down here and throw up your driver bar and qualifying grid, as we will switch there. It is going to be the 69 of Ricky Harden going to be out here first. So we'll follow along here and see who takes to the top of the charts here for qualifying. Again, this is not to set for the feature race. This is going to set for heat race 1, 2, and 3, as we have about 25 drivers here. So this is just to set where they will start in the actual heat racing, and then we'll move on to the feature race. But right now, we are on the track, and it looks like they're going to have about 2 or 3 laps here to get the best time they can. And we'll just have to wait and see, as no times have officially come in just yet. You're still watching the 69 of Ricky Harden. And we're going to have to keep an eye on everybody here, as right there he should put in his first official time. We'll see. It's going to put him in second right now. Now third is James Curl's going to take it to the top of the board with a 30.146. Josh Mayu, I believe that is how you pronounce that name. He is in third now with a 30.222, as Stefan Marinak is going to take it to the top with a very fast time of 30.208. Is now he's going to run to second in that number 25 machine. Max is back there in the 05. That is Max Handley. He is running a 30.214. A good time for him as well. Alex Orions sitting in fifth place right now with a 30.295. Everybody getting their times in right now, as we'll keep an eye. We've seen him before. That is Brad Speidel running in the 555 machine, running in 7th place right now. So we'll just have to wait and see. Right there, stopped on the track. Put in an 8th place time of a 30.396. That is Andres Lambert in 8th place. There is the number 13. Again, we are going to struggle with that name all night. We do apologize. He said it's all good. Golfme, hopefully we get that right. Fortin in the number 13. So again, he is definitely right up there in 11th place. He'll probably be in heat race number 2 based on that time. Al Smith just put in a time here of a 30.3 or 262. As that will be a very good time. We still have 4 minutes left, as we still have some drivers that have not come out. There's one that is out on the track now. Mark Royer sitting in 25th right now with a 31.105 is his fastest lap on last lap. So it's going to be very interesting to see how these guys come out of here. Once we get to heat racing, this is all going to shake up here, as that changes everything. Andrew Cardinal right now has not put a time in, but he is out on the track. So we'll see what kind of times he can put in. Is right there. He should start lap 1. So he is on his first lap. We'll just have to kind of wait and see how it all plays itself out. James Curl still at the top with a 30.146. He is your fastest driver here in qualifying with 3 minutes left to go. Who will take to the top? Can anybody run down James Curl? That is just going to be the question here tonight. It looks like Andrew's time for some reason didn't count. We'll see if this one counts right here. If not, he is going to be towards the back. As there it is, 30.487 to put him in 20th place. That should put him square in heat race number 2 or 3. I believe it's going to be 3 based on how many there are. We should have about 7 to 8 drivers in each heat race. Nobody being able to touch your leader, James Curl, here in qualifying. Looks like the only one left on the track other than Andrew Cardinal is the 15 of Brian Hacker right now, as he is pulling it into pit road, and he's going to pull it to a stop. So he will sit right there on pit road. So Andrew Cardinal is still the only one out on the track. Everybody has qualified. So definitely some good racing coming your way here shortly. Heat race format is what we're running, so some heat racing coming your way very shortly. Alright, as always, we do want to tell everyone out in chat, if you have a favorite driver, let us know who you would like to see in victory lane when it's all said and done here tonight. Do you have a favorite driver, or do you have a group of drivers you're rooting for here? There are a lot of them, 27 drivers in total to pick from out of the 32 that signed up. So again, all but about 5 drivers did make it that signed up, so that is very good odds to have that many people make it. So it's just a matter of time here to see where everyone stacks in. 45 seconds is all that remains here in qualifying. There are your times. Those are your top 20 times out of the 27. And so we'll go back just a little bit. There you can see the last 7 drivers. The 21, the 1, the 26, the 2, the 65, the 413, and the 36. All those drivers here putting in some good times. Right there are your top 20 times, once again, based off of time and car number. Oh, it's going to be good here. 10 seconds to go. Nobody can qualify. Everyone has qualified anyway. So we'll take your qualifying times off the screen. 3 seconds to go. That's all that separates us from heat race number 1. Alright, gridding has begun here for heat race 1. As soon as they take to the grid, we will jump over there. And we do want to remind everyone that Heat Race 1 is brought to you by Core Life Eatery. Again, make sure you check these guys out. If you have a active lifestyle, you're going to want to eat right. So check out Core Life Eatery. That is the sponsor here for Heat Race number 1 as they are taking to the grid. We are just moments away from starting this race. Again, we'll pull up your grid here for you real fast. As there it is right there. Row 1 is going to be the 33 of Scott Naslin and the 73 of Eric Spencer. Row 2 is going to be the 24 of Sean Cool and the 14 of Bob Lauren. In row 3, it's going to be Josh Mayu and number 5 of James Curl. Row 4 is going to be the 18 of AJ Hamill and the 1 of Robert King. In row 5, all by himself, is going to be, I'm not sure what number he is, I believe that's the 66 of Jay Dubuque here tonight. Definitely a good race set up for tonight. Again, to let you know real fast that the grid sponsor, if we'll pull it up here, so we can find it anyway, that is... well, we will get to it here in a minute. I can't find it in our list, but they have a very good sponsor for that, so I do apologize. There it is. Best Colorful Creations is the sponsor for the grid here tonight. As there it is, green flag is out once again. So we do apologize for that, Beth, but it is in there, Beth Colorful Creations. As we are racing here for the first time, we've got a battle for the lead already between the 23 and the 33 of Scott Naslin and the 24 of Sean Cool. Those guys battling, and here comes the 73 of Eric Spencer. He's going to try to get his way in there, see if he can't make something happen. Again, they only have 10 laps. This is all they have here in the race to get up to the front, and look at the battle going on back here. That is a huge battle going on back towards the back of this field, back in 4th, 5th, even 6th getting into the mix right now. There's a lot of drivers want to get their way to the front. They don't have much time to do it. If they want to get to the front, everybody freight training it single file until you get all the way back here to what looks like it's not the 5. It looks like it's going to be the 1 of Robert King. He's on the inside. No, it's not King either. Sorry about that. King is actually staying, and there he goes back into place. Looks like it's going to be the 61. It is the 61 of Josh Mayu. He is going to get back in line, but he was double file there for a minute. They get single file on the straights, but they get real wiggly here all in the turns. They get different places, people with different lines. Doesn't matter. They still single file out. We heard earlier that passing is hard to do here with 8 laps to go. It looks like everybody is pretty much where they started. You got to go back here to AJ Hamill, though. In the 18, you got almost a 3-way battle going on here. They're going to try to make it 3 wide there for a second, but they do change their mind on that. They're not going to make it happen. And it looks like you may have to use the chrome horns here tonight if you want to get by. You've got a pretty good-sized bumper there, and it may be used here before this race is over. Back to Bob Lauren back in 6th position. Another little 4-car battle going on. Right now, that is up here with starting with the 18 of AJ Hamill, James Curl, Bob Lauren, and Josh Mayu back here, as those guys are going to go single file and kind of sizzle that one out just a little bit, or fizzle it out, I might say. Up here, we still have a battle for the lead of all things, and there is your leader right there, Scott Naslin. He is the leader here. He has led 4 laps, 6 laps to go, so he has led every lap here. Sean Cool right behind him in the 24 car. He is trying to run him down. He's right there, currently 0.133 seconds off of him. Can he catch him is the question. He's right there. He may have to use that bumper. Again, he's got it there for a reason. It's not just for looks. Sometimes you have to use it. You don't want to wreck them, but you definitely want to let them know, hey, I'm here and I want that spot. So definitely something he may have to use later in this race. Maybe not here in the heat race as he's running second, but he's going to try to make a bid for the lead, it looks like. Can he get by the 33 of Scott Naslin here? That is Sean Cole in the 24. We'll get a little close here to see, and it looks like he is. Can he clear him? Oh, they make contact, though, and that is not going to be well, but it looks like the real loser is the 73 of Eric Spencer, who looked like he made contact with the wall. Back up to the front. There it is. The 24 of Sean Cool is your new leader. Let's see if he can make it official at the line, and he will indeed. He leads 1 lap here out front for the first time here in Heat Race 1. That is presented by Core Life Eatery, as he is the leader here for the first time. So that doesn't matter. All that matters is if you can lead the last lap, and it looks like he may do it, as he's got a .566 second lead at the moment over that man right there, Scott Naslin in the 33. Can he hang on to the lead is the question. Right behind him, there's a huge group of guys, starting with the 5 of James Curl, AJ Hamill, Eric Spencer, Josh Mayu, Bob Lauren, all these guys back here, as we may see some contact here. Oh, we do contact. The 5 goes around into the outside wall. The 18 getting involved. The 61 involved. Again, no cautions. 2 laps to go. We got a lot of cars spinning. And here comes Sean Cool. Again, there are no cautions here in the heat racing, as a lot of cars going around contact to put the 5 around. James Curl got the worst of that after contact, but there it is. 1 lap to go here in heat race number 1. There is your leader, the 24 of Sean Cool. Can he win here? It looks like he's probably going to, as you can see a ton of smoke on the backstretch where all that wrecking happened. There are the checkered flags waving, and officially right about there, he will do it. Heat race 1 winner is going to be Sean Cool in the number 24. Heat race number 2 getting ready to come out on to the track momentarily. But again, heat race 1 winner is going to be the 24 of Sean Cool. All right, they are getting done. You see them clear the track. Heat race number 2 is getting ready to come out onto the track. Everybody getting on grid very quickly here. And we want to let you know that Heat race 2 is by Arts Barbershop. Again, didn't get a chance to get that logo into the overlays. So I do apologize for that. But just didn't have a chance to get it in. So that is the sponsor of this one. Going through your grid here, row 1 is going to be Paul Henley, and he will be on in first. In second is going to be Brian Hacker. Row 2 is going to be Gillamy Fortin and Brad Speidel. Row 3 is going to be Al Smith Jr. Al, and Stefan Marinik. Row 4 is going to be Justin McDuff and John Vignacca. And row 5, all by himself, is going to be Wayne McDuff III. Two of McDuff's probably related, but that was your starting grid presented by Best Colorful Creations, as we are getting ready to start this thing up here for heat race number 2. You're watching an Upstate Racing League special event. There it is. Green flag is out. Brian Hacker on the pedal here. He's going to try to outrun the 16 of Paul Henley. Can he do it? It's the question, and they will. Brian Hacker is going to take the lead. He started second, but he got by on the outside after the line, so that is a clean pass. And these guys are starting to already get single file. They're not going to mix it up as early as Heat Race 1 did. So very interesting there. These guys are not mixing it up quite as early as everybody else did in Heat Race 1. Paul Henley sitting back in second place right now, followed by Brad Speidel in third place. Gillamy Fortin in fourth place right now. Again, we do apologize for that. Still learning that name. We will eventually get it right. But again, he's from France, so kind of cool to see him racing here all the way across the pond, you might say. So awesome to see him here. Stefan Marinak sitting in fifth place right now in the 25. Looked like he may scrape the wall just a little bit. As here comes the 26th of John Vignazza there. He is trying to put a run on. He may have something, as he did get by the 25, and he's going to keep moving forward. He's got to get to the front. Again, you only have 10 laps. Now 8 laps to go here in Heat Race 2. So again, you do not have a whole lot of time. You've got to get to the front very quickly, as contact will probably be made here in the feature. Everybody trying to work their way through the field, but the one sitting in the best spot in the house, that is Brian Hacker right now in that 15 machine. He's out front, and he is not looking back, but he might be, because he's got Paul Henley coming behind him. He may want to be looking back for him to see if he's going to give him a run there. But so far, he's not doing it. They're staying single file, 1, 2, 3. So it's Brian Hacker, Paul Henley, and Brad Speidel running 1, 2, 3 here in Heat Race number 2 is right there. Will be 6 laps to go here in Heat Race number 2. Again, we want to let you know that Heat Race 2 is presented by Arts Barbershop. So a big shout out to them here tonight. Who is going to win the feature race? Let us know in chat if you do have a favorite. Definitely, we have a lot of good drivers here. It's really anybody's guess as to who could potentially win this race. I'm not sure myself. This, again, is a one-off race, so anybody could potentially win. It really is just a guess as to who it's going to be. So we're just going to have to wait and see ourselves. But Paul Henley is still trying to run down Brian Hacker, just unable to get up to him at the moment. He's going to keep digging and see what he can possibly do here with him, but he's just not quite close enough with him. Brad Speidel in the 555 trying to run down Paul Henley as well. The top 3 have really kind of get spread out. Even everyone in this race has really gotten spread out at the moment. But again, we will have 22 cars in the feature race, so what you see here is just a teaser of what's to come. As 22 Touring Modifieds will make the race here for the feature, and it is probably going to be one of the best races you've seen here for the Tour Modifieds ever on iRacing. As I do expect to see some good side-by-side battling. We may even see some 3-wide battling. It'll all be up to how these drivers drive here. We'll just have to wait. We know from comments earlier, passing is hard. You don't have a whole lot of time to do it or opportunity, so you have to make that opportunity. Alright, so again, who is going to come away with the win here in Heat Race 2? It looks like it is going to be Brian Hacker, but here comes Brad Speidel. He's going to try to take second from Paul Henley, and it looks like he's going to do it. So again, there is a battle for second. Brad Speidel is going to take that spot away from Paul Henley. He's going to get him there. He will clear him. 1 lap to go here. There is your leader, Brian Hacker, out front. At the moment, can he hang on to the lead? He's only got half a lap to do it. And Brad Speidel is closing in, but he ain't closing in enough time is the problem. So it looks like, again, Brian Hacker is going to lead this. And right coming up in about 10 seconds or so, right there will be the line. So Heat Race 2 winner is going to be the 15 of Brian Hacker here tonight. Again, Brian Hacker bringing home the win in Heat Race number 2. Well, that will do it for Heat Race number 2. Heat Race 3 is coming out on to the track. And before we get to the grid, we want to remind you the Heat Race number 3 is brought to you by Coach's Corner. Again, locally and family owned. Make sure you check out Coach's Corner. That will do it for that. So next up is your grid. Again, 3 heat races here tonight. Looks like we are not going to have a 4th one. So 3 heat races. Again, a lot of great racing so far. Your grid here is brought to you by Beth's Colorful Creations, as row 1 is going to be Andrew Cardinale in the 22 and James McIntyre in the 81. Row 2 is going to be Ricky Harden in the 69 and the 70 of Andres Lambert. Row 3 is going to be the 9 of Alex Orions and the 05 of Max Handley. Row 4 is going to be Mike Holtzclaw and the 2 of Charles Hayes. In row 5 is going to be Mark Royer here, rounding out your field tonight. Again, that was your Best Colorful Creations starting grid. here for heat race number 3. Again, heat race number 3 is presented by Coach's Corner. There will be no 4th heat race, but there will be a B main. That is coming up next, as they're just about ready to get the green flag. We'll see how this race goes, but there it is. Green flag is out, and we're racing for the first time here in heat race number 3. 10 laps to go as we are racing once again. Again, thanks everybody for tuning in, as this group is really starting to mix it up. The last two have kind of went single file early in the race, but not this group, as we've got your leader here, Andrew Cardinal out front in the 22, but here comes James McIntyre on the outside. He may actually get by him. We'll see. He does lead the lap. What a move for James McIntyre. He passes on the outside the lead lap 1. He has officially led that lap. They're side by side. Contacts made, and we got some into the wall. That is the 05 of Max Hanley, and major contact. Somehow he's going to keep it going there. Back up to the front. There are no cautions. The 22 of Andrew Cardinal out front at the moment. James McIntyre right behind him in the 81. Oh, this could get very interesting to see how this one plays out. Already major contact between a couple of drivers, as it looks like the 05 of Max Hanley is on pit road, so his night is done. He will be in the B main for sure. This could get real interesting, as we have more contact there. Not sure who that is. That is the 9 of Alex Orions going around, and he is going to come back onto the track right behind the 26, or 36, my bad, of Mark Royer. Oh, he gets it back onto the track. Very interesting there. As we'll look, Charles Hayes is just ahead of him in the 2 car. So a lot of contact in this one. These guys being a little more aggressive than the last group. These guys know they have to work their way in. This is Group 3 based on qualifying. So they're not slow, but they're definitely, they were back in qualifying. So they know they have a lot of work to do to get up to the front of this field. Andrew Cardinal, though, he is out front in that 22 machine. He hasn't looked back since he got there. He's led 3 laps. But James McIntyre Jr. has led 1 lap. So for a total of 4 laps, 6 laps to go. Can anybody run down that guy right there? Andrew Cardinal for the lead. He definitely has a fast car here tonight. But here comes the number 81. Again, that's James McIntyre. He's going to try to get by him. He's right there with him. Can he get by him is the question. He doesn't have a whole lot of time to do it. 5 laps to go here in Heat Race 3, presented by Coach's Corner. Again, can he get by him? They're all single file out, but a lot of contact early in this heat race has taken one driver to pit road. That is the 05 of Max Hanley, and the 9 back there, Alex Orions, sitting back in 8th place. He had contact, didn't wreck it, but he is all the way back at the back of this field. And this is the battle we're trying to watch up here. That is the battle for the lead. If it gets back together, they've kind of slid back. But can James McIntyre run down Andrew Cardinal for the lead? It's only a matter of time to find out. He's right there with him, though. And keep an eye, Andres Lambert and Ricky Harden, these two back there in the 70 and the 69, they're just within striking distance. If something happens up front, they possibly could make a run for it here tonight. They're right there. We, again, may see a battle for the lead. I'm not sure if he can possibly do anything. That is the 81 of McIntyre trying to run down the 22 of Cardinal. Just not sure if he has enough time here with 3 laps to go. Right here, it's going to be 2 laps to go for Andrew Cardinal. And I just don't think there's enough time for the 81 of McIntyre to do anything with him here in the heat race. He'll definitely be locked in to the feature, though. So he'll have to try and see what he can do in that feature race. Just a matter of time. This time by will be 1 to go And it's such a good battle up here, but unfortunately McIntyre in the 81 has just not been able to do a whole lot with your leader. There it is, 1 lap to go for Cardinal in the 22 for heat race number 3. And this is your final heat race of the night before we move on to the B main. And that B main will be a good one, as we'll be taking 2 drivers from the B main. That is it. Top 2 make it. So we'll just have to wait and see. As there it is, the 22 going to be coming up on the line. And officially right there, Heat Race 3 winner is going to be the 22 of Andrew Cardinal. Again, the Heat Race 3 winner is the 22 of Andrew Cardinal. That will do it. B main is already taking to the grid. Again, we are going to only take the top 2 drivers here. We want to remind everyone that your B main is brought to you by Lightning Strikes Pro Shop. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, they are the place to be for bowling. So make sure you check out Lightning Strikes Pro Shop. That will do it here. We are getting ready for your starting grid here tonight for the B main. So we'll get to it. This is the Best Colorful Creations starting grid. Row 1 is going to be Jay Dubuque and Guillermo Fortin. Row 2 is going to be Charles Hayes and Josh Mayu. Row 3 is going to be Al Smith and Alex Orions. Row 4 is going to be James Curl and Justin McDuff. Row 5 is going to be Mark Royer and AJ Hamill. Row 6 is going to be Wayne McDuff and Max Hanley. And that will do it for your starting grid as they are getting ready. Again, that was the Best Colorful Creations starting grid. After this will be a little bit of a warm-up, followed by your feature race. 22 drivers going to be making it. 20 drivers locked in. We're taking the top 2 from the B main and sticking them to the back of that feature race, and it will be a fantastic race. Alright, again, thanks everybody for tuning in. Let us know in chat if you have a favorite driver here that you would like to see win, as we are getting ready. And again, pace car is just about there. It is diving off, and there it is. Green flag is in the air for the first time here in the B main. 12 laps. I don't believe there's cautions in this one either, as they're already starting to make a lot of contact back here in the back. The 65 of Jay Dubuque trying to make his way up to the front, and it's not going to work. He's going to have to settle, as here they come. Contact made, more contact made, as they're 3 wide back here in the back. What a race so far. Justin McDuff got a little contact there, it looked like, in the 20, as these guys are beating and banging. We got the 05 of Max Hanley and the 2 of Charles Hayes. Those 2 side by side. Little contact made there. Now he's with the 413 of Wayne McDuff, as these guys are battling like it is a race to go home with, but it is a race to go home with. Only the top 2 make it out of 12 drivers here, 11 laps to go. So they have got to get to the front, and they all know it. Again, only top 2 drivers will make it to the actual feature race. Out front, though, is the 13 of Guillermo Fortin. So he is doing a really good run here to put himself in first. Again, that will put him in 20th, or 21st, my bad. If he can hang on to that position, he'll be at the back of the feature race. 22nd will go to Josh Mayu if he can hang on to second place here in this B main with 10 laps to go. They have a good shot at doing it. They're out front. They don't have any company with them. Back here in the back, Justin McDuff has company from Alex Orions. Back there, Orions, and he's got company coming from him. And here comes, I think it's the 95. It is coming in there as well. So a lot of contact with the wall, a lot of contact with each other here in this race. This is getting very interesting here. As back in the back here, you have Jay Dubuque and Mark Royer sitting back there. James Curl, look at this group right here as contacts made, and it looks like the 05 is going around. That is Mark Hanley going around, and again, no caution is coming out. He is done. He's towing the pit. We'll check in with a 96 here. That is Al Smith. It looks like he may be out of the race. He is not out completely, but he's not in a position to transfer right now. A.J. Hamill is out of the race, though, as well as Max Hanley. He's got 18 seconds on pit road, so his night is done as he's going to go multiple laps down after having to tow for at least 2 minutes, so that is unfortunate. Right there are your front two, the 13 and the 61. Gilman, Fortin, and Josh Mayu. Those are the front two. Going to be making it to the feature race as they run right now. Anything could change because here comes Justin McDuff trying to get by him for the lead, or at least second. He is the bubble spot, right outside the bubble spot, trying to get in. So he'd love to put that number 20 into the feature race. He's got his work cut out for him if he wants to do it, though. So time will tell if he can. He's all over the back bumper of the 61, Josh Mayu. Just unable to complete the pass, but that is a battle for second place right now and a battle for a transfer spot. So can he get the transfer spot? He wants to so bad. Just a question of if he can. Looks like he's got plenty of time right now. 5 laps to go. As there is your leader, the 13 of Gillamy Fortin, as he is out front. Can he hang on to it? He's got the 61 of Josh Mayu right behind him. Then you have Justin McDuff in the third position, and James Curl kind of coming out of nowhere. He is in fourth position right now. Take a look. He started in 7th. He's worked his way through the field. And the question is, does he have enough time? He's got 4 laps to get to the front. As here goes Justin McDuff for second place. Can he get it? He will indeed take second. And here comes the 5 of James Curl. He's going to take third. And now James Curl's going to try to get second from the 20 of Justin McDuff. Can he get by Justin McDuff? James Curl side by side. McDuff almost getting into the outside wall. They're still side by side battling for second position. And right there, James Curl is going to get by him. Now can they run down your leader for the final laps here? 3 laps to go. James Curl trying to run down Gillamy Fortin. Can he get by him? Fortin out front. Curl trying to run him down. McDuff trying to run him down. So a lot of people chasing each other right now here in this race. It's just a matter of time. Again, there is your leader, the 13 of Fortin, trying to lead this race, get himself locked into that feature race. 2 laps to go is all that remains, as we'll zoom out here just a little bit for you. There is everyone on track. There's the last 3 back there. That is your first 6 cars right there, kind of in a group. James Curl all over the back bumper of your race leader, Gillamy Fortin, as he will there. 1 lap to go here in your B main. James Curl may make a bid for it. He's going to try to. Can he get by for the lead? That is a good question. He's right there. He'd love to put himself in. He's already in, so he doesn't have to battle, but he ain't going to give it up. He wants that spot. Coming out of the turn, or going into the turn here into turn 3, turn 4, and it looks like it is going to be James Curl for the win here in the B main. It is James Curl leading 1 lap, and that was the last one. What a race for James Curl. He will move on to the feature race along with Gillamy Fortin. So that will be your 21st and 22nd spot. Warm up here for 2 minutes. So we will be back here in just 2 minutes with your feature race. All right, we're back here. We have, again, just under a minute. We want to remind everyone of all the great sponsors that make all this possible on the MaxSpeedTV side of things, as well as the racing side of things. Again, Walls Beard Co., Sim Speed Shop, HomeNet Hosting and PC Repair, Elite 7 Racing, Ohio IndyCar League, and iBog on the MaxSpeedTV side of things. And over to the racing side of things, these guys are the ones footing the bill to make all this possible here for the league. That is White Knuckle Clothing Incorporated. It's all about the black and whites. Coach's Corner, definitely check them out. Family owned and operated. Lightning Strikes Pro Shop. Again, that is for anywhere from amateurs to pros. Make sure you check them out. And of course, Core Life Eatery. If your life is on the go and you want to eat healthy, make sure you check them out at Core Life Eatery. That will do it here for warm-up. Next up is your feature race, and it looks like 24 drivers are going to make it, so 2 more did make it in. Thought we were only going to have 22. We do have 24 drivers making it in. That is definitely good news for 2 of those drivers, but we do want to remind you that this race here, 25 lap feature, is sponsored by White Knuckle Clothing Incorporated. Again, it's all about the black and white. They have lots of great stuff for t-shirts, hats, hoodies, whatever you need clothing-wise. They are for motorheads and motorsports fans. You can check them out at White Knuckle Clothing Incorporated, or Inc. for short, .com. So that is White Knuckle Clothing Inc.com. Make sure you check them out. That, again, will wrap that up, though. Let's get to your starting grid here for your feature race as they are rolling off. Oh, there it is. It's going to be row 1. It's going to be Ricky Harden and Stefan Maranek, hopefully. Row 2 is going to be Bob Loran and Andres Lambert. Row 3 is going to be Paul Henley and Eric Spencer. Row 4 is going to be James McIntyre Jr. and Brad Speidel. Row 5 is going to be Scott Neslin and Andrew Cardinale. Row 6, Brian Hacker and Sean Cool. Row 7, Robert King and John Mignaga. Let me get that right. Row 8 is going to be Mike Holtzclaw and James Curl. Row 9 is going to be Gillamy Fortin and Justin McDuff. Row 10 is going to be Josh Mayu and Alex Orions. Row 11, Al Smith and Wayne McDuff. Row 12 is going to be Charles Hayes and Mark Royer. Row 13, we don't have anyone on row 13 as there's 12 rows here. But there it is, a green flag is out, and we are racing here for the first time here in your feature race. 24 cars out on the track right now, and what a battle it's already starting to be. As we got contact, we got cars in the wall, everybody spinning around. Caution will come out for the first time. Let's go back and see Al Smith getting involved in this. That's not good. That car is broke. Let's go back and take a look. Again, what happened back here? Let's take a close look. Again, Al Smith involved. Look at them all going. A lot of contact back there. Al Smith going around. The 13 going around. That is Gillamy Fortin. So Fortin going around. He has heavy damage. The 9 going around. The 2 going around. Charles Hayes out of it. A lot of contact. Actually, Hayes may not be completely out of this race, but a lot of contact between a lot of drivers here. Stefan Marnak out front as he is leading this race. He started second, but he's in first right now, and he's led 1 lap, fixing to be 2, as we are on lap 2 right now. Again, that is a disappointing way to start the race for some of these drivers. That's not what they wanted. But right there, we officially are under caution for the first time here, as that will do it. 1 caution, 1 lap 23 laps to go here in your feature race. This is going to be a good one. Once they kind of get in their groove, they will definitely kind of settle out, and we will get this thing going once again here shortly. Again, for the on-board cameras, we want to remind you we do have a couple of on-board cameras here tonight. Al Smith, unfortunately, is out of the race. He's running the Lightning Strikes Pro shop onboard camera, but unfortunately will not be able to go on board with him. So that is very disappointing. I was hoping to go on board with him tonight, but we do have Eric Spencer with a onboard camera as well. We'll see if we can get a on-board view with him real fast. If he is in the race, he is indeed sitting in 4th place right now, so we'll go on board with him here for the restart. So go on is on board. There it is, Airborne Graphics. Again, Eric Spencer, the owner of that company, running the onboard camera here for them. Again, that is Airborne Graphics. Make sure you check them out. So definitely a big shout out to them. We are getting ready here. Lights are off on the pace car, so this time by we will get the green flags. They're on the backstretch right now. As you can see what it's like to be behind the wheel of one of these, riding a shotgun according to the camera view here. Very interesting position. It looks like they're going to go single file here. Very interesting. Alright, pace car should be making the dive off any second now. You can see pit road right there. And pace car will dive literally off here in just a minute. There it is. Pace car is off. And there it is. Green flag is back in the air. And you're again riding along with Eric Spencer here for the restart. As he's going to try to take 3rd place here. And it looks like he may do it. Again, riding along with Eric Spencer in the Airborne Graphics. And what a good move for him, as he almost had 3rd, but just couldn't quite hang on to it. He'll have to fall back to a 4th. But look at all the cars behind him. And what a race these guys are putting on right now. Contact made between, I'm not sure who that was. That was the 15 and the 22. Andrew Cardinal getting a little bump from Brian Hacker. But he does lay off of him, and he doesn't spin him around. Good job to not spin him there, as we're only on lap 6 right now. 20 laps to go here in your feature race. So 20 to go is all that remains out of the 25 that we are scheduled to race. So a very good race indeed so far. But a good battle pursuing here up close toward the front in 4th. As that is the 15 as a caution is going to come out once again. And that was actually a 16. Well, let's go back and take a look. The 22 being involved of Andrew Cardinal. Let's go back. What happened to the 22 of Andrew Cardinal? We're taking a look here to find out. I don't see any contact yet. They have made a lot of contacts already in this race. As we'll see, possibly it is indeed. It looks like somebody came up to him. Not sure who that was. We'll go back up to live, take a look through the fields here. If we can figure out who it was that made the contact. There it is, the 24 of Sean Cool. Coming up in that pink and black car. Just making slight contact, but it will send the 22 of Andrew Cardinal around. So unfortunate for him that it did spin him around. But it did. But out front, there is your race leader right now, the 25 of Stefan Marinak. He is out front, and he's not looking back. He's led 7 laps, 18 to go. Lights are still on, so we're going to get the green flag with 16 laps to go here in your feature race. All right, let's see. The lights should go off this time by. Again, it's a few cautions here, but still some good racing. And the lights are not going off just yet. So we're going to take another lap here. Looks like we'll get the green flag with 15 to go. As we'll take a look here real fast. As we will take away that and bring up our caution bar. It is 2 cautions so far. That's it. You know, they're under caution here for 5 laps, but there's only been 2 cautions here. 17 laps to go, so we still have the majority of this race still left to race. It's only a 25-lap race, so you have to keep that in mind. We have not really been under caution for that long in the grand scheme of things. 25-lap race, 5 of them under caution, 17 to go. Alright, we'll see if the lights go out this time by. If they do, they will get ready and we'll get the green flag next time. So it's just a matter of seeing if those lights go out on the pace car. They do indeed. This time by, we'll get the green flag once again. Alright, green flag is just moments away once again here, folks. Again, just a few moments away, and we will be back to racing once again. There it is. Green flag is back in the air. We're racing once again, and a huge jump for the 25 of Stefan Marinak as he gets the lead, and very quickly, well, he already had the lead technically, but he gets a huge jump to maintain that lead. As we're going to go a little further back here and see where the real action's going on. These guys 2 and 3 wide. Sparks are flying off the wall, and it looks like possibly the 24 Sean Cool was the one that scraped the wall. He is all over the track right there for a minute or two. But he did get it back collected, so maybe scraped the wall and got that car a little out of shape, but he does keep hanging on to it. Oh, so we got cars flipping. Not sure who that is back here. We'll take a look as we're going to check in. That is the 81 of James McIntyre going upside down. Let's go back and take a look. What happened to the 81 of James McIntyre Jr. here? Something drastically went wrong, as we'll take a close look here and see what happened. Contact had to be made. We'll see when it was made. Right there. Gets into the wall, and he goes for a violent spin, rolling that car into the inside wall. The 21 somehow avoiding all of it. What a violent ride for the 81 of James McIntyre. Somehow that car even has power. I don't know, as he has scrape marks on the hood of that car. So somehow that car has power. That is amazing that he is even able to drive that car anymore. What a violent ride for the 81 of James McIntyre. There is still your race leader right now is the 25 of Stefan Marinak. All right, question of the hour. Can the 69 of Ricky Harden get by your leader? He's got a good shot at it. He has a caution here to regroup the field once again. Last time, Stefan Marinak got a huge lead on the restart, and he did exactly what he needed to do. He got a good jump, and he pulled away from this field. The question is, can he do it again? He's going to need to if he wants to pull away and possibly secure that win, as he is just right there hanging on to him. The 69 is of Ricky Harden. Eric Spencer in third. Right behind him is Andries Lambert. So a good group of guys up here at the front. Paul Henley in the 16 is sitting fifth. As we'll take a look here real fast, you can see right there, that is your top 5 so far after 14 laps. So just a little over half way done. But again, that is your top 5. You're watching an Upstate Racing League special event here on MaxSpeedTV with Stefan Marinak out front. Alright, lights are still on the pace car. We'll see if they're going to go out this time by. I'll see. It looks like if they do, we'll go 9 laps to go here for the restart of the race. Right now it would be 10 to go, but we are not going green this time. Lights are still on the pace car. So it's just a matter of time to see here who we... or if we're getting a green flag, and we are indeed. Green flag coming out next time by. Eric Spencer, we went on board with him in the 73 earlier. He is currently sitting in 4th position. Running airborne graphics on board camera here tonight. Went on board with him a minute ago. This time, let's go on board here with the 70. Here it is, going board with 69 instead of Ricky Harden. He's going to be starting on the inside here of your leader, as Stefan Marinak's going to opt to stay on the outside for the restart. So we do see that. He does have that choice. He must see something he likes on that outside lane, as he's going to be starting there. So we're running on board with 2nd place right now on the 69 of Ricky Harden, thanks to SimSpeedShop.com on board camera here tonight. And this race is just about ready to get back underway. The pace car is off. And there it will come out. There it is. Green flag is back in the air once again. And we are racing in another great start for Stefan Marinak. As right now, 2nd is being given to Andries Lambert. Now it's going to be Ricky Harden again. We'll ride 1 lap here with Ricky Harden as he's trying to run down your leader. Can he get by him with 9 laps to go? And there goes the 70 of Andries Lambert. He is going to get by as well. Question is, can I get back? So caution is going to come out once again. We will switch back to our main camera, and the caution is going to be back here in the back. The 14 going to be involved in that of Bob Loran. So let's go back and take a look. What happened here to the 14? I'm sure contact was made. We'll see the 1 going around already. The 1 may have brought that caution out. I'm not sure. We see the 14 go around here as well. So the 14 and the 1 both went around. Robert King going around as well. So definitely a few drivers went around. Not sure who officially brought out the caution, but both of those cars right there. It looks like the 1 is in the back, so it looks like technically the 1 is being credited with the caution, but the 14 went around as well, thanks to some help from another driver. That will put it right now 7 laps to go. We're not going green this time, but 7 laps to go. Your leader is still Stefan Marinak here in the race. Alright, as always, real fast, we want to take this break here to remind everyone, thanks for tuning in here tonight. Definitely a big shout out to everyone that's tuning in here tonight. Definitely, if you are new, hit that subscribe button. If you have never been to a MaxSpeedTV race before, you're in for a treat. We have lots of racing here every night of the week. Definitely hit that like button if you like the racing so far here tonight. Let the sponsors know you are here watching the race. Speaking of sponsors, we want to give a big shout out to all those. If it wasn't for these partners, this broadcast would not be here. That is White Knuckle Clothing Incorporated, Coach's Corner, Lightning Strikes Pro Shop, and of course Core Life Eatery. All these great partners coming on board to make this league possible and this broadcast possible. So big shout out to all of them for coming on board here, as we are still under caution here take a look, for the fourth time, 13 laps under caution. We have 6 laps to go. Going to be 5 at the line. So it looks like we're going to get a 4-lap shootout here for the race. This is do or die time now. If we have another caution, we will not go racing again. So these guys do not want to see another caution, other than maybe the 25 of Stefan Marinak is out front, but caution or no caution, I have a feeling he may end up in victory lane. He definitely has the car to do it, as the lights are off. So next time by, we get the green flag, as we will have a 4-lap shootout here for the feature race. Again, as always, let us know who your favorite is if you have a favorite driver. This is a new league for us. Just picked them up officially on, I believe, the 18th, 17th, something like that. We put out the press release. So officially picked them up for later on in the year. We'll be covering one of their series, but this is just a special event we're doing for them. But we will be covering that. Myself, Charles, and K.R. Stolfus will be covering their Thursday series here later in the year. But for now, we're here at the special event race, as we're getting ready to get the green flag for the last time here. If a caution comes out, it will end the race. So next flag ends the race, whether it's the checkered or the yellow. Top 3 back up there, and we are racing once again. And here goes the 5, shot out of a cannon, James Cool, as he is gonna, or James Curl, sorry, he's gonna try to get there. Can't quite make the pass stick, as he's gonna settle back down. And we got some weaving and wobbling going on in the back. And here comes the 5 and the 15 battle, and they're 3 wide. That's not going to work very well. Contact is made between Brian Hacker and James Curl, and James Curl will let off, and he will let Hacker have it. That is a good battle going on right there. And looking up here, here comes the 24 of Sean Cool. He's going to take 3rd from Andres Lambert. Can he make it stick? And he will. He'll take 3rd place from Eric Spencer, as contacts made all throughout this field. The 70 getting pushed up the track, and he will lose several spots. Contacts out, 2 cars flipping, cautions out, the race is over. Major contact between the 70, and I'm not sure who else that was. Looks like the 61 involved. Let's go back and take a look. Take a look here at the 71, or the 70, and then maybe in the 73. It was indeed the 73 makes contact, but I don't think that is what caused this all. We'll see who officially. It is the 15 and the 70. Both of them go rolling. The 26 squeezes through, but the 70 going for a violent ride. That is Andres Lambert running 3rd, fell back a couple of positions, and then goes for a violent ride there in that 70 machine, and he is going to keep it going. Oh, very, very interesting to see that car still running again. That will do it. White flag is in the air. There is your race leader. That is the 25 of Stefan Marinak out front, and he is going to take the win here under caution. Checkered flags are waving, and right coming up there is the start-finish line. And there was your race winner here tonight is going to be the 25 of Stefan Marinak. Finishing second here is going to be Ricky Harden and Sean Cool finishing in third place. So that will do it for the race. We are not done just yet, folks. We still have your post-race show to get to. So without further ado, we will get to that, and we'll be right back here with your top 3 interviews. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here with your post-race show, starting with third place. That is a 24 of Sean Cool. First off, you worked your way through the field here to get a third place finish, getting just by the 73, squeaking it out at the last minute to get third. This is kind of a special event here. Not a points race or anything, I don't believe so. How does it feel to get a third place finish, especially getting it there with about 2 laps to go?
It's really cool. I mean, this is the kind of like the inaugural URL Tour Modified style race, which is really neat. So to be able to put it on a podium finish and start relatively so deep in the field with the invert and everything, it's really cool. It was a little more physical, I guess, in the feature than a lot of us would have liked. I think that a lot of us are kind of new to this car, and kind of new to this format of racing. It's a new thing, even iRacing. So, got to work some of the bugs out, but for the most part, it was a lot of fun.
Well, definitely was fun out there to watch. I personally have been in one of these cars here on iRacing. It is it's not really a handful. They're somewhat easy, but they're not 100%. They are a little tricky. So they are definitely a fun car to drive. So for anyone that's not been in one of these before, you compare it to like the NASCAR stock cars or the trucks or some of these other cars. What is it like just being behind the wheel of one of these, like the view you have? It's quite a bit different than, your typical stock car.
Yeah, these are quite a bit different. These guys have a really cool like windshield that you're working with, and that you're trying to look through, and it's kind of cool because I'm looking around right now, still sitting in the car, and you kind of get some of the rubber and all that, even on the visor of the helmet. It's really neat. They're definitely a different. We're kind of more used to the closed wheel stock car, heavy stock car style late model, and that kind of stuff. At least on the short track side of things. So to getting these open wheels, it's really neat. They've got a lot more grip. I think part of that's they had a little bit less power, but they got a lot more grip with the open wheel stuff. I think the tires stay a little bit cooler. The cockpit's really tight. It's really cool inside these things. And it's really cool because with them having a little less power, you really got to keep the momentum rolling. Sometimes you could get the momentum rolling on the high side. Sometimes you had to really work the inside line. So it was really neat. These I would definitely run these again. These were cool.
Well, definitely a good finish for you here in third. Any sponsors or shout-outs you want to give for that third-place finish?
Yeah, I guess I'll give a shout-out to Pink Ribbon Riders. I usually run with them on the hood of our cars. On this, it's a little different. But they do a really cool thing where they do these fundraiser rides and everything for a lot of snowmobilers up north and avid snowmobilers. And they're really cool rides out in the scenery and everything. So and that's all raised for breast cancer awareness and that. So shout out to them. Shout out to Skidoo. That's the sleds I usually ride on. Shout out to Al for putting this on tonight. He puts in a lot of work for the URL in this league, and it shows when you can run something brand new like this and get the turnout that he had tonight. So shout out to him for putting in the work and getting everybody coming out here racing. Shout out to everybody who came out to race and gave it a try, tried something new. Shout out to AJ, Justin, Al, the typical guys I usually always practice with and run with. You guys up in the booth for everything you do and everybody that makes this go around.
All right. Well, again, congrats on third place. Speaking of second place, we do have Ricky Harden in here with us. Just got in here. Ricky, welcome to the booth here, finishing second place. A very solid run for second place. You can't be disappointed with it. But we always like to know if we'd had a few more green flag laps here. You think you had anything for Stefan?
I don't know. He was definitely pretty fast. I felt like I was getting better the longer I ran. I just couldn't get enough laps strung together there to kind of get in a groove and build some momentum. You got to really get these cars going, and momentum is a big thing around here in them.
It definitely is. Would have liked to see a few more green flag laps. With this heat racing format, you can't choose the laps, so it is only 25. So it's unfortunate we saw as many caution laps as we did. It'd kind of be nice if maybe it would just be a lap or two under caution instead of 3 or 4 if everyone's pitted or nobody is pitting. But it is what it is in iRacing. We're kind of stuck with it, but it's not ideal sometimes. But I think we saw you catching up. You're only at 0.757 off of the lead. On the flip side of the things, you have those cautions, you get bunched up. When you're bunched up there, did it give you a chance to try to get a good start and try to maybe outstart Stefan and get by him right there at the start?
Yeah, the opportunities definitely presented themselves, but he was pretty good on the restarts. We were actually having an issue where we thought it was going to be double file, then it was single file, and then we had to go back to double file. And they had to clear out the black flags that we were racing, so you kind of had to be careful not to jump.
Yeah, definitely. We did see that. We weren't sure if they were going single file or double. Single file makes it tough to get past. We did hear earlier that passing is really hard to do here. And that was from one driver's perspective. So on your perspective of it, as far as passing someone, what is it a difficult track to pass somebody on, or is that more of a rubber? Once some rubber gets laid down, it's a little bit easier to pass.
No, like Sean said, it's a lot of it's about momentum. The high line here is a lot faster than the low line, and Stefan did a pretty good job of pretty much holding a solid line all the way around the track. So I mean, you could try to go under him, but you didn't have the speed or the momentum to do it.
Definitely the very accurate statement there. But we don't want to keep you here too long. Any sponsors or shout-outs you want to give for that second-place finish here tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Mike Wood Race Designs for the paint scheme on the car. And guys from Racing for a Cause. Get a lot of practice racing with them, not in the modifieds, but in just about everything else. Also want to give a shout out to my buddy Thomas Haley, who helps me a little bit with these things.
All right. Well, again, solid points there, or points not if it was points there, but a solid finish nevertheless. Definitely, if they pick this series up, I'm not sure if they are officially doing it for a series. If they do, we may see you back here in the booth again. So again, congrats on second place and finishing one spot ahead. That is the 25 of Stefan Marinac. Hopefully we got that last name right and didn't butcher it too bad here tonight. But regardless, you didn't butcher the race. You finished in front, and you did it in dominating fashion. You led all 25 laps here tonight. So how does it feel to pull away such a dominant race and win here tonight?
Yeah, man, and it feels good. I was really excited when I drew fourth on the start because I started kind of far back in my heat race, and I really couldn't pass anyone. And so starting up front was pretty big. I managed to get to the lead on the first lap, like you said. And, just had a lot of cautions. I would have liked to have raced in, in green flag a little bit more, but the cautions kept us up there, and it was a great win.
Indeed, it was a great win. Again, I'm not sure if they are running this in a full season or not. If they do, I'm sure we'll be here covering it. If they do run this full season for points in a championship, do you think you'll be running it on a weekly basis?
Yeah, definitely I would. I've been running these guys for a little over 2 years now, I think, and it's a really clean league. I really recommend it to anyone out there watching. It's a great bunch of guys running here, so yeah, if they decide to run this weekly, I would definitely do it.
Well, definitely. I know. I'm pretty sure I can speak for KR Stolfus and myself that we are definitely excited. We just picked up this league, obviously, for this race, as well as the Thursday series that's coming up later this year. So we're definitely excited to start with the league and broadcast for hopefully years to come. We've seen a lot of good racing come from the league, obviously, so be a good partnership. We think we've had a lot of stuff in the works here, trying to get everything sorted out. So definitely agree with your sentiment. A lot of good racers, a lot of clean racing going on. But again, pretty much sums it up. Dominating performance. That is exactly how this race went for you. Any sponsors or shout-outs you want to give for that win here tonight?
Yeah, just shout out to Al Smith for putting this on. Usually, it's a span of like 7 or 8 months before we all get to race together again, and it's cool to do these during the summer. And also shout out to you guys for doing the broadcast. Can't wait for Thursday nights this year.
All right, well, again, congrats on the win. We're not done yet, though, folks. We still have some more business to take care of here tonight. One of those, of course, being your unofficial race results, barring any race control issues. So to get to that, we'll pull them up here for you. Your unofficial race results, finishing in first, of course, is Stefan Marinak. In second is going to be Ricky Harden. Third place, Sean Cool. Fourth place, Eric Spencer. Fifth place is going to be James Curl. Sixth place is going to be Brad Spidle. Seventh place, John McNacka. Hopefully we did get that right. I don't believe we did, but we'll try to correct that later on. Eighth place will go to Justin McDuff. Ninth place, Mike Holtzclaw. And in 10th place will go to Alex Orens. 11th place will go to Paul Henley. 12th place, Mark Royer. 13th, Bob Lauren. 14th will go to Josh Mayu. And rounding out your 15th place will go to Robert King. Looking a little further back here, 16th will go to Andres Lambert. 17th, James McIntyre. 18th, Brian Hacker. 19th, Wayne McDuff. 20th will go to Scott Naslin. 21st will go to Andrew Cardinell. 22nd, Charles Hayes. 23rd, Gilliman Fortin. And rounding out your fields here tonight in 24th is Al Smith. So Al Smith getting in an incident early in the race, unfortunately, did get taken out. That will do it here for the race results. So we want to thank all the sponsors and partners on board here that make all this possible, starting with MaxSpeedTV. Big shout out to Walls Beard Co., SimSpeedShop.com, HomeNet Hosting and PC Repair, Elite 7 Racing, Ohio IndyCar League, and of course iBog Racing Graphics. On the racing side of things, big shout out to the title sponsor, that is White Knuckle Clothing Incorporated. It's all about the black and white. Coach's Corner, they are newly and family owned and operated. Make sure you check these guys out for all of their great stuff. They are in South Glens Falls. Coach's Corner, again, locally owned and operated by Coach C. They are open 7 days a week from 7 to 2 p.m. Open late on Thursdays to 8 p.m. Lightning Strikes. Awesome. If you are into bowling, you need to check these guys out for some great Bowling, definitely one of the cool places to join. And Rochester, New York, premier bowling shop. Whether you are just a beginner or a casual player or a pro, doesn't matter. Go check them out. You can also check them out at facebook.com/PG/Lightning XS. So make sure you check those guys out. And of course, Core Life Eatery. If you are active and you need to eat accordingly, make sure you check out Core Life Eatery. A lot of great sponsors on board here. One that we just is on the grid, that is Best Colorful Creations. Make sure you check them out on Facebook as well. Sim Speed Shop, an onboard camera here tonight for the general cars out there, so definitely a big shout out to them as well. That will do it here for the broadcast. As always, on behalf of Upstate Racing League and MaxSpeedTV, we'll see you at the next race. And actually, we have another broadcast starting in just about an hour, so we'll see you there for that race.